So it seems like all the feedback the player base has been giving to Once Human is paying off. In case you didn't see the 1.2 update announcement, the devs are introducing a scenario exit feature on October 17th, allowing players to leave scenarios midway. This is a huge fix, addressing what I called the game's biggest issue: retaining players by letting them connect with friends without restarting their characters. Other proposed solutions, like that returnee event and giving characters boosts, those were band aid on bullet wound fixes. I believe the developers have been looking at their game as a survival game in an online persistent world with many players. While that may be their vision, if they keep looking at it that way, the target demographic they are going to keep focusing on is survival game players, which, in the grand scheme of things, is not a tiny market, but it is still very niche. Instead, I believe they should shift their perspective slightly and begin looking at Once Human as an online persistent world game with many players, with both role playing and survival game mechanics. This very tiny shift in perspective would help, because a common thread among MMORPG players is they are fiercely dedicated to their characters, their guilds, and their group of friends. Their character becomes their game identity. Their guild becomes their family. Several people who love Once Human, but have had to re-roll to try to link up with that family, have said they no longer feel a connection to their third or fourth or fifth character they've had to roll to try to get the family together. In a survival game, you are telling a short story. In an MMORPG, you are telling a trilogy of novels worth of story. If the developers can shift their focus just slightly to start to appreciate that MMORPG player perspective, many of their decisions might become easier. Now, this isn't to say that the early departure solution fixes all the problems in Once Human. Right now, going into the Primeverse Wars, Starry and NetEase have dropped the ball again, and hopefully this will be the last time. The big fumble was how they handled their first PvP scenario. Bringing in a lot of big-name streamers was a great thing. This wide net of marketing and advertising is the sort of stuff that helps a game, helps small creators, helps bring in an influx of new players. The problem is how they lined out the start of the PvP scenario. Only new players or players who were willing to roll a new character could play on the first day of the PvP scenario. P-Clash 1 and 2 opened on 26 September, but a number of players who were playing in Season 2, including the ones who were playing on Day 1 servers, weren't eligible to move until 27 September. There are three major problems with this. First, many people wanted to join the servers with streamer captains, but they weren't able to because those servers filled up as soon as they were created. Second, there is a certain prestige about playing on server 1. If you know, you know, and if you don't, ask in the comments. And finally, there is just something that kind of sucks about being late to expansions, DLC, or new content, especially when there's nothing you could do about it. There's absolutely nothing I could have done to get to the PvP scenario without re-rolling a character. For this Manibus to PvP scenario transition, the scenario exit feature as written probably wouldn't have been a good solution. If you left this scenario early, you wouldn't hit Phase 6, and therefore you wouldn't have been able to open your Starcrom crates. Now, whether or not 4K Starcrom is a big deal or not, that's a subjective opinion. To some players it's going to be, to other players it's not. But this is where some scheduling changes could have been better. Now, there may be some technical reason why registration cannot happen until Phase 6. But if there isn't, then it would make a lot more sense if registration happened as soon as the first servers reach Phase 6. Simply allow everyone to register for their next season. This would let Starry and NetEase monitor in real time the population influx, and they could open more servers in real time to accommodate the existing servers' exodus. This would absolutely help for server management. It would also allow people to withdraw a registration from a server that's filled if they had to move somewhere else to link up with family. They could even have servers with different start dates to help players set up their plans if their plans don't include going to a day one server. Either way, the problem we have now is there are 7 servers that matured, but only 5 PvP servers are open and 2 are already full. In 2 days, there will be 2 more servers maturing, one of them a full server, as it was the second hard mode server that opened in Season 2. Now, I absolutely get why NetEase and Starry are pushing the PvP servers. They want people to at least try out PvP scenarios. But are players going to want to join a PvP server already in progress? For me, I don't see a new server that will be opening on Monday morning. Therefore, it appears as if I will be 2 days late to the party. And I'm okay with that, but I know a number of players who wouldn't be. The Primeverse servers should have all started on 30 September. This would have left some players on a server for a few extra days, but it would have created a same day, same time start for everyone, streamer captains, new players, and continuing players alike. This would have simply required the PvE scenario in October to start a few days later. But conjoined with the leave server early option coming, this absolutely would have provided a better timeline. However, to never look a gift horse in the mouth, at least this development team and publishing team is actively trying to meet the needs of the players, and that is far more than most game studios are doing. The development team is willing to receive feedback. On top of the surveys that they do, they have now added a feedback and bug reporting option right on the main menu screen. So if you have some feedback, go ahead and share it with them. And if you don't have any feedback and this video sums up your feelings, let them know that the Paradox Gaming Network video sums up how you feel about the current server management situation. Now, real quick, one thing I'm hearing about just as I'm making this video, don't leave any deviations in your containment units at the end of your season. Some players are reporting that the deviations they left in containment units at the end of Season 2 didn't make the transition to ELAND. I can neither confirm nor deny this bug exists, but I do understand the frustration players would have if the shiny deviations they spent hours getting suddenly go poof. So a little prevention is worth a pound to cure. Just put them in your bag before you leave and you won't have to worry about it. Until then, I will see you guys next time.
I'm just a guy, I don't wanna fight. So I ate a cookie, now I'm feeling alright. Suddenly, my feet turned furry and long. Before I knew it, I was singing this song. Now I'm a llama, and life's kinda weird. In a big old silo, I just reappear, racing past Rosetta. No time for the show, but what do I know? I'm just a llama.